Okay, we'll start with a brief opening comment from Coach.
First off, what a tremendous basketball game and atmosphere. This is March, and you know it was everything that you pay for in your ticket. So, you know, Arizona's a fabulous team. I think Adia's done such a good job, and again, they played in the national championship game, and you know, for a reason. And so, you know, I think they you know, really came at us with everything that we had. Obviously, they have a great crowd here, but really proud of our team. I think we made them really nervous, and you know, we left it all out there for them too. And I know they felt that. But more than anything, just extremely proud of our group. Obviously, this one stings pretty bad, but we're going to use it as fuel to the fire because, you know, this is where we belong, and I think we showed a lot of people that too. And so I'm excited about, you know, the work that we're going to do now from here. But just, you know, reflecting on such a special season, it's been really special, a heck of a ride with a really, really fun group. And I wouldn't trade any one of them in the world for anyone else. Taller, faster, whatever. I'd handpick this group just the way we did because we were able to do some really, really special things. Champions, they are, in life, and we are on the court, and no one can take that away from us. So that's it.
Okay, we will now take questions for our student athletes here. Second row.
Andy Amash, the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Desi, you put in quite a shift today. You're out there flexing for the crowd, doing everything in the post. Did you feel like you had something to prove going into the game today?
No, I don't. I just knew that it was going to be high energy, and I wanted to bring energy for my team and for our supporters that were there.
Kayla, we saw you after you check out hug Alyssa Durazo-Frescas and kind of watch the last minute go down. You've obviously had a fantastic career, but looking back on the season, how special has it been?
Man, this was definitely my best and most favorite college year. This team is special. This coaching staff is special. Supporting staff is amazing. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed to be a part of it, and I'm happy I got to finish my basketball career out with these amazing people in my life.
Second row.
Javier Morales, All Sports Tucson. Kayla, to follow up on that, just again, being able to end your career here, obviously you didn't want to end your career here, but just to be able to play at McHale Center again, where, you know, did your family come here, and just your experience overall?
Yeah, my mom made it, and my dad's sister, my aunt, made it. It was definitely a really special game. Very high emotions for me, just being here and playing in my dad's house. So, yeah, I would say it was definitely a special game. It was definitely, you know, like if I had to end my career anywhere, it's a special place to end it, for sure.
Second row.
Kayla, what kind of legacy do you hope to have left with this program? I know it was short, but you know, you seem to clearly have had an impact on the other players and on this roster.
Shoot, I just wanted to be the best teammate I could possibly be and just help set the winning culture. I definitely came here to win, and I know that all the girls also came here to win, so just helping set the winning culture and having fun with them alongside me is kind of what I hope to leave.
Alex Simon from The Next. Desi, when Lindy got there and recruited you to UNLV, what could you envision being here at this point, 2 years from the point that you start with them to be in March Madness, and kind of where do you think you can continue to go from here?
I think it's amazing just to be able to be coached by Coach Lindy, someone who was at Stanford, and they won many, many games, many, many national championships. So Coach Lindy is definitely someone that I am proud to be under. I think we're going to go further and further, and we're going to win in one of these years, and I want to be a part of that.
Second row to the right.
Essence, what was Arizona had that trap, and it seemed like it really kind of threw off the guard play a little bit. What was it that they were doing in particular that made it hard just to bring the ball up the court?
Honestly, I think we were prepared for the trap. I feel like the coaching staff emphasized how aggressive the trap was going to be beforehand. So honestly, we expected it, and I feel like we did a great job taking care of the ball when it came to the trap. There's a few plays that I feel like we could take that we want back, but I don't think it was in regards to a trap. I just felt like as far as defense went, when we got a defensive board, pushing in transition. I mean, our team is really good at pushing in transition. I feel like every time I did try to push in transition or Kiera Jackson did, there was someone in our face. So it was just like a zigzag up the court, trying to take care of the ball every second of the game.
Second row.
Essence, what did you think about Alyssa's play today? She hit some big shots for you guys, and she's been doing that all year, but for her to do it on this stage as a freshman, what does it say about her?
She's tough. And I feel like our coaching staff and players, including myself, emphasize that and try to push her every day. I felt like Lindy and I told her a few times to shoot the ball. I mean, we don't care if it goes in at this point. I mean, we all believe it's going in. I'm sure people in the stands believe it's going in as well. After seeing her shoot tonight, who wouldn't?
Both Essence and Kayla, since you both have transferred into this program, but Kayla, I guess in particular, playing at UW, playing in this building before, can you compare anything that you guys have played in to the atmosphere here tonight? And I guess, does that have an impact on a player, maybe even as a good thing as an opponent sometimes?
The atmosphere is definitely incredible. I think the Arizona community definitely comes and supports their team, and that's special. It was fun to play in an environment like that, especially going back and forth and, silencing the crowd was definitely a good feeling. Definitely a different experience from when I was playing at UW. So I definitely have appreciated this last time playing here.
The crowd was definitely high intensity. I don't think I played in an environment like that besides maybe state championship of high school. But it would be great for this to be a standard, and hopefully UNLV, we can continue to build our fan base, and one day, it could be that high intensity as well.
Second row.
There's a chance that a lot of people tuned in tonight haven't seen you guys play before. To all three of you, what do you hope, a national audience takes away from what this team is and who you guys are as players?
I hope they know who we are now. This team's special, and they're going to make big noise next year and years to come. So I hope we're on everybody's radar now.
I mean, for me, one of my personal goals was just to try to put Las Vegas on the map wherever I go, whether it was at Spring Valley or at UNLV. And I felt like being from Vegas, for speaking for me and Desi, I felt like it's special, being on a national stage, playing on ESPN. And it's building women's basketball. And that's another goal of mine personally, is just to, get more crowd, fan base, as far as women's basketball goes.
I'm just glad they know we're not the underdog no more.
Far end of the second row.
Danetta Coleman, KUNV. Essence, about 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You and Kiera Jackson had a moment with Coach Lindy. What was her message to you? You had a couple turnovers prior to that. What was her message to you to kind of settle you down?
I wasn't doing a very good job at helping with the ball. I felt like I was kind of drawing stuff up and preaching a message to my other guards, but I wasn't doing it myself. So Lindy just reiterated that to me, and I told Kiera, I apologize, that's my bad, and it won't happen again. So that was our conversation.
So how do you use this? You and Desi are the face of Las Vegas, face of UNLV basketball right now. How do you use this as motivation to promote UNLV basketball to the city for that the players could take it serious now on?
Well, obviously, with the season we had, I feel like it's a standard now, as Lindy mentioned before. So I don't feel like there's a lot of pressure, but I feel like it is what it is expected. We need a win. So obviously we want to prove that it's not a fluke that we got here. So next year, we just got to come out here and we got to do the same thing. We got to have another great season, and we got to try to get to the tournament, and we're definitely going to get past round one.
We have time for one more question for the student athletes. Up front.
I'm Kim Doss from Arizona Desert Storm. Speaking of fan base in the crowd, you guys did have a lot of supporters, Mark Davis out there. And what does that mean to you that they came and here to see you and support you?
Okay, I'll take this one. So, I mean, I feel like I've been emphasizing a lot that our fan base has grown since the beginning of the season, and just to see them travel, I mean, on the road, a big game, and I feel like we built up a big part of the stands, and knowing that they're there. I mean, we heard them tonight, and we're just grateful. If anything, we're grateful, and we appreciate them coming, and they're definitely going to do some traveling next year.
Okay, thank you all very much. We'll dismiss you and let Coach
Thank you.
take questions now. Yeah. Questions for Coach? Second row.
Lindy, Alex, Simon from the Next. When you have two players that are Vegas-born, Vegas-bred, that give the message they just give, and how much, what does that do to you as a coach? What's, I guess, the emotions and reactions to something like that?
Well, it just, I mean, even though we lost, I'm just sitting here beaming with joy and pride for being able to coach these young women and see their growth and maturity, and they're just such a joy to be around. And you know, what they said, it speaks for itself. I mean, I'm right there with them, Las Vegas born and bred, and so maybe they hear me say that a lot, so they're just re-saying it. But it's true. It's true. It's not something that we just, talk the talk. We walk the walk. And so we're really proud of our community and what we've been able to do. And I think the biggest thing, you felt it from them, of like, we're just scratching the surface. And we're taking that with us. We're taking the fuel from this loss with us to work, to promote, and be even better moving forward.
When you played in some pretty raucous environments.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was at the game at Maples when you guys ended UConn's streak back in the day.
Wow.
What does playing against that environment change? When you have that as a support, kind of what's the difference when you have it in your favor versus when you're battling against it?
Yeah, well, I just think, it's just an incredible experience for young women to be a part of. And then obviously when they're not cheering for you, I think that makes you feel some type of way too, and be really motivated to keep them quiet or to to play well. I think our team felt that. I don't know if the crowd gave them any points tonight. I think they got loud a few times, and we felt that. And they kind of make momentum swings more drastic. I think that's what a crowd does. And so we felt that, obviously, and especially, in the fourth quarter, and we had a little bit of trouble taking care of the ball and missed a couple shots that we normally do. But those are kind of a little bit more in our control. But, I mean, just what a great crowd. Like you said, I've played in some good crowds. This is what they've been able to build and do here is, it's really, really awesome.
Nneka barely played in the second half. It looked like she was kind of, that knee kind of seemed like it was bothering her. What happened, and how did that kind of change your game plan for the second half?
Yeah, I think she just kind of got a knee to the quad, like a Charlie horse thing. It happened right in front of our bench, and I'm like, those don't feel good. Especially we got going there in the third quarter, and so there's not saving any minutes for the next game. Desi was playing well, Kayla was out there, so then just kind of some different rotation things happened. She came in and I think gave us some big buckets. So it wasn't really anything intentional. Her kind of getting gimpy there didn't help. But Desi was doing the job, and, so we just kind of rode with her until, some of the foul stuff took over.
Emerson Talk That Talk Media. Coach, pretty much all season long, this team has kind of battled first quarter woes, right? Kind of the exact opposite tonight. The team was strong to start the game. Fourth quarter kind of tailed off. What did you see early in the game, and what was kind of clicking for you guys, and kind of what switched in that fourth quarter?
Well, we were really confident. I mean, I think I know better than anyone. This is a good shooter's gym. So I was like, man, it'd be really nice to come out here and make our first couple shots. And defensively, I think we really were solid, and proud of that. And then able to convert, offensively. And I think we had a good idea of what they were going to do defensively. And so I think we were really prepared. I thought in general our team was really, really prepared. Their size and strength and athleticism, I do think kind of wore us down, just wore us down mentally, physically. Their guards are big, and for Essence and Kiera to like have someone in your face 94 feet for 40 minutes, that's exhausting. I was kind of tired watching them. I'm like, ooh, I can't use all my timeouts, But so I think that kind of overwhelmed us there in the fourth quarter. Then again, a ball bounce, a made shot here or there, it can kind of change the tide, and and that's just kind of how it went.
And you just mentioned Kiera just a second ago, and Andy actually brought up Alyssa earlier. Obviously, considering that the season did come to an end today, the third quarter was probably led by those two freshmen. Can you talk about how beneficial that is for them to get this opportunity at this moment, considering the next 3 years that they have with you?
Well, you think about a national television audience and what a lot of new faces probably watching us. I think they can tell that the future is bright for the Lady Rebels, with Kiera and Alyssa, obviously out there kind of leading that charge in the third quarter for sure. So just really proud of them. I mean, what a great environment for young players. And the best thing is when we're here again next year, they're going to have this experience. And they're going to be even better.
Matt Ratchery, Talk That Talk Media. Lindy, what are you going to remember most about this season?
Oh, wow. Trying to pull up my heartstrings, buddy? There's just, times in your life when you get kind of a synergy of the right people around you that you just know something special is working and coming together. And I think I felt it all year with this group, even when, some of the early games we were struggling. I just had this, sense that this group is really special because they're great young women first. They have such honestly polarizing personalities, and I'm like, how do they get along? And they love each other. I mean, we got some of the most quiet people I've ever been around, and then you've got someone like Desi that is like bigger personality than a room, and yet they will go to war and fight and just love on each other more than anyone. And so it's, I think it just, honestly, I'm really sad it's over. That's probably my overwhelming feeling.
Hate to get all futuristic on you since the season just ended, but what is the next step for this program in your eyes?
Well, Essence touched on it a little bit. Again, this is our standard or expectation where we expect to be, and I think we showed everyone that we deserve to be there today. But there is some work involved of this isn't a fluke. Again, to win a championship one time, is it hard? Yes. To win it multiple times, that's the true test of consistency and champions. And so, going into next year, we're probably going to have the biggest target on our back. And then you have to learn how to handle that, to work through that, and play with that too. And so, our next step is we know we belong here. We have to continue to work to be here and take it even to the next level.
How would you describe Desi's performance today?
I mean, she's just a warrior, really. I think she drew like 10 fouls. She was making shots. She was getting banged. And she just is relentless. She's relentless. And, we talk a lot about doing whatever it takes. And Desi had that look in their eye of, I'm going to do whatever it takes, rebounding, obviously scoring and just being physical. She was really good tonight.
Last one for me real quick. I know Kayla's only been here for 1 year, but what has she meant to this program and the culture that you're trying to build here?
Man, Kayla's been, they nickname her the grandma. But she's that everything of that and more. You know, we don't do really anything that we've done this year without Kayla. And I think if you know basketball, if you watch a lot of basketball, you see that. Was she our highest rebounder, scorer? No. But her IQ out there, she just has such a calming presence, especially when Essence early on in the year was trying to figure out this whole point guard thing that I was like pushing her to do. You know, Kayla's kind of another point guard brain out there. And so, I mean, just what a crucial piece to what we've got going. And she's left a heck of a legacy. You know, I appreciate you asking those questions. And that's our job for next year of, you know, that's a really big void because it's not just about skill set, but it's leadership and it's maturity. And the good thing is, you know, everyone on our team is going to be older, more experienced, have this experience. And so we're going to probably not just fill her role with one person and, you know, change them out like laundry, but it's going to be collectively everyone, you know, filling that role that she gave us this year.
Lindy, Alex Simon from the Next. When you get hired here 2 years ago, could you envision leading in the fourth quarter in an NCAA tournament game this quickly to be at this point if you kind of look back at what you've been able to build here this quickly?
Yes. Yes. I believe in this place, our team, our program, our university. Yes, I believe I was going to be here. We were going to be here. That was our goal. That's what we worked for. And, you know, we were right there knocking on the door.
Coach, with that, we will let you go and congratulate you on a great year.
All right. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.